Hi, welcome to PHP tutorial. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found at this URL. Be careful, it is case sensitive. It is also loaded here. Okay, let me load it again. It is loaded here. Okay, and we'll do a lot of Control C and Control V. Okay, copy and paste. So just get used to that. We are going to continue to do EG009. So we stop at 9E app product form. So what happened was we built this form. Okay, and then we the form take the database connection string from the database, from this database file, and when users submit the form, we are going to use this file appproduct.php to capture what user put into the form, and then if there's any error, this file is going to take care of the error. Okay. All right, let's set up the environment, and in next few videos, I'm not going to set up the environment. I'm just going to carry on. Okay, so let's set up an environment. Launch your xampp Apache MySQL. I'm also going to go to my PHP MyAdmin by clicking on this button here. So the password, I'm sure you remember, Harry and Elbow Monkey. With the wrong spelling. Okay, so we are dealing with Kung Fu Panda Shop, products table, and the categories table. Okay, so let's open up our right click and then open up our Windows Explorer. Go to C drive, temp, my PHP, EG009, and we were working on app product form 9E. Right click here, open in Notepad++, and we finished the file. Okay, we finished the whole file. So we finish app product form. Now we need to take care of what happened when user actually submits something. So let's open a new tab and try to play this. 9E app product form. So let's say we want to add an action figure, okay, and we want to key in some code. Say the code is Loshane, name is this price is 18.99. Let's say we add product, okay. In this, let me make this smaller. Okay, in this file, when we add product, they are going to send the file to 9f, okay, appproduct.php, which we have not created yet. Okay, so if you click on that, it will say object not found. So the first thing we want to do is to create the 9f, okay, and start doing things. In the 9f app product, we do not need HTML tags. We only need to use PHP to capture the user input. So if we go to 9f, we are just going to right click here, new text document, and we are going to call it EG009F. Okay, I forgot what I need to key in. Okay, the name has to be exactly the same as this one. EG009F app product.php. Okay, when you upload this to a server, most of the web servers nowadays, free, especially the inexpensive ones, runs on Apache. Web server on a Linux or Unix based operating system is case sensitive, so be careful about what you key in here. So what you key in is case sensitive. Alright, so now after you created this file, let's right click here, open in Notepad++, the file is empty. it will do nothing, but it will stop the error message from happening. So if you add product here, you see no error message because the empty file is here. Okay. The first thing we want to do is to capture these three values. All right. So the first thing you want to capture is the select. Okay, select form element. The name is category ID. So I'm going to save it into a PHP. I'm going to save it into a PHP variable with the same name, just to confuse everybody. So we're going to save this into a PHP variable called category ID. Okay, and it is a post method. So we say filter input post method. Okay, the parameter is the I think input post is constant with a predefined value, and the name of the select form element is called category ID. So we put a name here. And then, do you need to validate the value? Yes, we do, because the value is actually category ID. Okay. So if you view source here, category ID is obviously 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1 or 2 or 3 will be passed on the second page. So that is obviously an integer. Okay. And then to see if what we did actually works, we need to echo it. So now when you submit this, if you choose action figure, the value is 1. Oh, sorry. If you choose action figure and you click add product, you get 1. If you choose MP3 songs, add product, you get 2. You choose DVD, you get 3. Okay, so you pass the value to the second page. So the next thing you want to do is to capture the code name and price. Okay. So code name and price. Okay, you can use the same thing, right? The ID here is code, so I'm going to create a PHP variable with the same name. Just make sure you know that this code is a PHP variable, and then I can basically use the same filter input post method. Okay, and what the user key in. What the user key in is the ID here, code. So I use code here. Okay, don't forget a semicolon. Alright, so this is a HTML ID and this is a PHP ID. They are different stuff. Okay, and then you echo it out. So if you key in, let's say you want to say action figure and the code is not chain. And then when you add product on the second page, you get log chain. Okay, so we can do the same thing for the name and the price, right? The name is called name, and the price is called price here. So I'm just going to copy and paste. Oh, I did not do validate for here, so user can key in anything. Okay. So let's know things like filter validate integer. All right, the next one is called name. Don't forget to change this one to name. The next one is called the price. And then you copy this. And then you try to do the name and price. So as you can see here, I do a lot of Control-C, Control-V, copy and paste, and I do a lot of Control-S, save. Okay, just to save time. All right. So now when I say LogChain, code is LogChain, name is LogChain. All right. And then this price is 18.99. You would get all this on the second page. So once you capture all the value, you can try to insert this into the database, right? So you need an insert statement, okay? Insert into the products table, and what each value is. Okay. All right. So the values are here, correspond to the category ID, code, name, price. Product ID is auto-generated, so that takes care of it. But before you do all that, you need to check if the user actually key in something. So a lot of times, user will be like, oh, I forgot to key in this. Okay, and then when you try to add product, if you don't check, this will be empty, and then they will try to insert into the database, and then you have corrupted the database. You have a database field with no name. Product has no name. Okay, so we have seen a lot of examples that if you don't check all this properly at the server side, even you check at the client side, the wrong value is still going to go inside. So the first thing we want to do is do error checking. So I think we talked about this a little bit. If in app product, if there's an error, 9G error is going to take care of it, and then we need an error page. Okay, so let's do some quick checks about the error. So we don't need this anymore, so let's comment this one out. This is just for error checking. And then we need to validate the input first. So if, actually this would never be now, right? Category ID would never be now, because user should have done something, right? Unless somebody try to hijack your code and attack your web page or something, but user should have, so this one shouldn't be now. This one can have two things happening. One is user did not key in anything, now somebody tried to attack it. The second one is this is not an integer, so just an example, you can check if this one is now, or you can check this one is false when it's not an integer. So let's just do that. If the category ID is equal to now, or the category ID is equal to false. Again, you have to put two equals, because one equal is just assign. Assign is always true, okay, like assign. Okay, so a real equal is two equals in PHP. Okay, if this is false, or else okay, so okay, so if this is false, that means something is wrong. Okay, but I don't even think I can actually make this guy false. Okay, so I probably can make this one to now, so let's put in one more. Okay, if this one to now, if the code is now, we are going to create error. Okay, and then I'm going to echo the error. Okay. All right, let's try that. Let's say I did not key in log chain. They will just go to give me an error. Or if I did not key in the name, which is the name field, or I did not key in the price. Technically, you can put, oh, price is slightly different. Okay, let's do price later. Or if I didn't put a name, I did not put a name. Let's say I put a code. You're going to get an error. Okay. All right. Price is slightly different. You want user to key in a number. Okay. Floating point number. You don't want user to key in English. So here you say I want to do a filter, validate, and this is a floating point number. Okay, so if the price is empty, or the price is false, that means the user did not key in a floating point number, you both have problems. So the first problem is if the first error checking is if the user did not key in anything, you have a problem. Sorry, I need to key in something here. So if you did not key in this, you're going to get error. If you key in English instead of, you know, something, you're going to give error as well. Okay, so that is that. Okay, all right. So so now I take care of all the errors. Okay, if I have no error, you're going to get a blank screen, which is here. Okay, but this error that we created, the error message, is really not pretty, not professional. Okay, you don't usually see a blank screen like this. So we need to create a professional looking error page, and we are going to call this EG009G error. Okay, and so instead of doing this, we are going to comment it out, and we are going to include the page that we are going to create, EG009G error.php. Okay, so obviously the error file is not there, so now you get a 919 file not found error. Okay, so we're going to create this error, create this file. Of course, we're not going to create that file from scratch. We are just going to copy it. There is a file that we can really easily copy that's called a database error. It's an error file. We can easily copy it. So make a copy of that. Right-click copy. Right-click somewhere blank, paste, and then rename this to 9. What's the name again? 9G error. Open this in Notepad++, and we can start changing 9G error. Header is Kung Fu Panda shop. Main is, instead of database error, we just put error. Okay, and then we just echo the error message, because this is the variable name, and we just echo that. No, echo error instead of error message. So we just echo error. Okay, so now when you have an error, when you add, you have a nice error page and says that, hey, this is the error message. Please try again. Probably I should create a link to go back as well, but you can create a link yourself. It's quite easy. Okay, so now when you have no error, you get a blank screen. In the app product, you will come here. If you have error, they will load the new error file you have created. If no error, you'll come here. So if there's no error, what you need to do is do an insert, okay, into the products table, okay. And instead of writing everything from scratch, I think I remember I did an insert before in another example. So I'm going to just copy from there, and we did an insert in EG008, and then we have an insert. So I'm just going to open that, and here we have hard coding. Everything is hard coding. Insert into products, category ID, products, product name, and list price, and then the whole insert statement is done here. So I'm just going to copy the whole thing, come over here into the app products, paste it here. Okay, so we have insert into products. We have insert into the products table, category ID, product code, product name, list price, with the value correspond to buying value. We have the buying value to prevent all the injection attacks. So we have all that, and then we have category ID here, code here, name here, and price here, and then we execute. If everything goes well, it should be fine. Okay, so save your work. Come over here. Now we want to insert the log chain. So obviously log chain is not. Okay, log chain is not here. So let's do an insert. It's an action figure. Oops, error message 24 in the app product. So if you look at app product 24, okay, statement. Oh, they don't recognize DB. Okay, obviously I forgot something. Okay. What I forgot is I need to require, right? You cannot just call the, if you look at the EG009 9A database, okay, inside that we create a PDO object, right, call it DB, that is going to be used for all the files. So we have to require this in the app products. So we require it here instead on top, because if you have error, you don't need to require this file. So now, Control S to save, DB will be recognized. So let's try this again. Okay. Now when you add product, you have a blank screen, yay! And did it work? So if you come over here and do a browse again, you will realize log chain is created here. Okay, it works. It went in. And log chain is in, but the problem is I don't see the effect. User will be very confused. Did it work? So we should probably send the user back to the first page. Okay. Okay. So we need to send it back to the first page. So here we need to do an include. Technically, it's not send it back. You just include the code from the first page. All right, and let's do something again. Now I cannot add log chain, and probably I can do a mantis. Yep, let's do mantis. So instead of log chain, let's do mantis. And mantis action figure 13 inches, price is 14.99. Add product. So now they will just include the index. Although the header still thinks that you are at add product, but the code you see is actually index. Okay. So now you have the mantis that you have created, and you have the log chain you have created. Okay, and you have to figure. All right. Okay, so that is a little bit of problem here. After you include the index, okay, so one of the error is because we are doing things, how to say that? We are doing things the fast way. We use a lot of include statements. We did not pass header notation. So after you go back, when you click on the left side, you actually get error messages. Okay, because the file, the computer thinks that, PHP thinks that you are looking at 9F category ID equal to 1. There's no such thing. Okay, so they are going to give you an error. But what is actually happening is, if you want the left side, the navigation to work, you have to go to 9C, right? 1, 2, 3. But after add product, your control is passed to the add product form. Actually, not add product form. The control is passed to the add product, and you include the index. The PHP thinks that you are looking at a different file, so you get the error message. But that is not the main purpose of this this lesson. The main purpose of this lesson is how to make it work. Okay, so that is a little bit of a problem, because I always say that include is not the correct way of linking files together to pass control to different files. In the next example, we are going to do the MVC patterns. Then we are going to do the real stuff. Okay, but we finished example 009, so that's a good place to stop. Again, like I said, this is not the real way of building stuff. This is just to introduce the techniques to everybody. The next example, we are going to do the MVC pattern, and then that's the real stuff. Okay, so let me close out this, because we probably don't need this for the next example. Okay, and that's a good place to stop, and see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.